god, what a gorgeous song. Wow.
Wow, big difference.
It's in the same key, but it's vastly different. Today we descend from a cloud because this is Celestial Music Part 2.
That's right. We actually have something quite interesting today. It's called Jasmine Flower, and it's a household Chinese folk song classic. Chinese folk songs are a huge part of China's ethnic folk music traditions, created and orally transmitted by the ordinary people. This song originated during the Qialong era of the Qing dynasty, which is 1736 to 1796, which is over 200 years ago. It was initially called the Fresh Flower Tune, and different versions circulated in different regions. It also became widely spread in the Western musical world, as you're about to find out in the videos we're going to review today. In 1792, when King George III of England sent a diplomatic mission to celebrate the 80th birthday of the Qialong Emperor, one of the translators fell deeply in love with this song and brought it back to Europe. The 1831 Japanese compilation of the Qing dynasty music scores, Flower Moon and Zither scores, also included jasmine flowers, as you can tell in this wonderful picture, which actually makes me feel like we are traveling back in 200 years ago.
It's actually so great. Who would have known?
Well, China has played a huge role in a lot of musical history. It's just here in the West, a lot of people just don't know about it, including ourselves, who are music aficionados and music reviewers. We're going to check out two versions of this song. We actually have seen one which was performed, the song Su Ying Flying Song,
yes, the flying song.
With all the singers. And
yes, that's right.
Yeah, so we've reviewed that before, and we're going to check out two other versions of it, which are actually representations of the different regional versions. Gong Li, which is a familiar name and one of the most peculiar singing phenomena that I think we've ever discovered in the world.
Correct.
We'll be singing one of them, and then we're also going to check out an instrumental version of it, which was performed at the Sydney Opera House in 2002 of the same song, Su Ying personal song. So let's give that a watch, and then we'll analyze each version and how different regions' sounds or regional sounds are highlighted in more. This is where this video gets interesting because in different sections of the song, different regional sounds are started to get highlighted. And
in Gong Lina's version.
Correct. And especially in Gong Lina's performance of this is where we're really going to get certain, highlights. So in the first section, there will be emblems and sounds of the Jiangsu region. In the second section, there'll be the Hebei region. And in the third section, there'll be more northeast regional sounds. So the whole point of the song is to sort of go from south to north and then further north. So let's see if we can depict perhaps how different regional sounds evoke different emotions as well.
Very good.
And depict perhaps different folk
identity
of China, of course. But China's fucking big, so... Chinese television is the shit.
I love this woman. She's god level awesome.
Yeah, Gushing. That's how you would have heard that.
Exactly.
Without a Spanish guitar. How do so many sounds come out of one woman? Yeah, see, Erhu, Guzhen.
You got a bass and a guitar, though.
Yeah, to modernize it.
Yeah, but this is probably how they heard it. This is a more traditional approach, for sure.
We're getting it.
Wow!
Wow, big difference.
It's a more full folds in this chest here.
And what I thought was impossible was more pink.
Yeah, it's because it's twangier. I love to see the people's reactions, those are so cool.
Versatilities.
I love how she flips from one thing to the other like if nothing happened.
Even the she's able to project so well.
They're glottal on set, so they're coming through the nose.
Shift again.
Oh!
Whoa. Oh, there's drummers here. Keyboard.
Oh, yeah.
And a hoop player. Way more percussive.
Also, such a fuller.
It was like Wukong. Monkey God vibe.
Yeah. It's in the same key, but it's vastly different.
Arguably more playful.
More rhythmically dynamic. More joyful, too. Harder to sing.
So this is this might be Hebei. Deeper northeast.
See, not so glottally.
Yeah, that gave me like Johnny, Wukong vibes.
Bro, what the heck? How can you flip between so many vastly different styles?
So I think that might have been way more northeast. And the second section was Hebei.
Yeah.
Jiangsu seemed to be the one that's like obviously the first section of the song. But interestingly enough, we have noticed this because different styles of folk music in the northeast are way more palpable in terms of the rhythmicality.
Correct.
We have noticed this before in different reviews. As a matter of fact, if you probably want to listen to more rhythmical folk Chinese music, you have to go northeast because it's vastly different from any other region in the north, and let alone in south.
Yes, definitely. I do think, however, the difficulty of this performance is actually incredible. The experimentation that must have gotten her to this point where she can flip so easily between one style and the other. It has to be vast. It has to be a lot of years of practicing and
dude.
and emulating.
Gong Li, she's an alien, dude. She's not human. That woman was touched by God or something.
She really was. And also, here's the thing, though, because what is really impressive to me is the fact that they never changed the key of the song. So it was the same phrase repeated over and over. However, each section felt vastly different. From the other.
Yep.
And it is all about the larynx positioning, so how twangy and how bright and cut through was she with the beginning, especially in that Jiangsu style. It was very much, it was very much so lifted, like everything was at the top of a range right here. And as the song progresses, she actually brings it down. And there's more of even though all three versions are very twangy, so a lot of it continues to come down the nose, she maintains a more settled note, like a more grounded style towards the end of the track. I know that logically it makes sense to traverse it in that way. However, I'm still baffled by the execution of it, because one thing is like theory and the other is the actual practicality.
We always try to give you singing tips at the end of the videos, but this is in our area of expertise. I think it takes way more humility to sort of know where our limitations are in terms of music, and this is more about discovery, cultural discovery. Interestingly enough, some of our team were like asking us like to see if we were able to guess the sort of the culture of each region, and perhaps if where they were the fishing towns, where they
I would say that the more rhythmical aspect of
I would
things,
presume they're probably maybe not coastal, but it's hard to say, because you could argue that like the Hebei or Hebei region, maybe farmlands, you get a lot of plains.
It feels like a farmish kind of like style of vocal, like
human beings for a while have always tried to emulate the sounds of nature.
Correct.
And because
I do think, Efra, towards the northeast, they might be coastalish because of how loud the environment is with the sea.
It's all way more wishy-washy, way more clashy.
It makes you want to be more grounded.
Right.
So my logic leads me there.
I don't know. We're sort of guessing here, and I would like you guys to let us know whether we're completely wrong. All right. The Jiangsu would be the hardest one to guess because I think
Mountainous.
Yeah.
Like
fairly.
I don't know why, but I want to say it's like in the mountains.
So that's all right. Guesses. Definitely, they all evoke different emotions for sure. This is Carl Doi.
Okay.
With Jasmine Flower.
Stunning visuals, though. Look at that place.
That's Sydney, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Wow.
You should recognize the melody.
Oh my god.
I would also fall in love with this melody if I was traveling.
It's also a pattern that was super uncommon in Europe.
Indeed.
In terms of like the structure of the song.
King George would have never heard this before.
Correct.
That's a nice take. Nice.
I love the orchestration for this. It feels like it's part of a musical. My god, what a gorgeous song.
It's also amazing how such old melodies
are completely timeless. Completely timeless.
and so well portrayed and respected in current mainstream Chinese industries.
I do feel transported though to like another dimension.
A different time.
Yes. That's beautiful.
I've never heard it be played on the piano.
It is really heavenly though. Wow.
I swear to you, I've never seen this style of classical Chinese music be played on the piano like that. Hear it in a melody like this. It's quite rare. You always hear it in an erhu or a swallow.
That's why it's giving such a to me the feeling is as if it is coming out of like the Mulan the musical, or
Yeah.
it really does feel magical though.
This is a trip, isn't it? 200-year-old melody, be played by an Australian, reviewed by two Venezuelans.
Living in England.
What the hell?
Carl Doi, what a fabulous piano player. Also,
Such a fantastic resolution of that song.
the instrumentalization, the orchestration of that, absolutely surreal, absolutely dreamlike. There is something so fickle about the luminosity of it.
Yeah.
I think it's because of the Western inclusion of a piano in comparison to what you would have heard it originally in.
I guess a piano as well in China 200 years ago would have been quite a rare acquisition, I guess.
I don't think it was an instrument that
No, so maybe
might have been making the rounds.
I wonder what the reaction of Chinese folk there, if they ever heard it in a piano.
Yeah, I wonder if that was even feasible.
Yeah, but maybe in the chips, it is a heavy ass fucking
It is,
instrument.
but people used to bring back freaking elephants,
Yeah, exactly. So I'm pretty sure.
So yeah, you could probably ship a piano,
So all these guys cared too much about what they took or brought back.
It's true.
So they
Anyways, that's a conversation for another time.
Yeah.
However, though, it is I don't know. There is a dreamlike quality to it all.
It's a beautiful melody.
It's a gorgeous
It's a
melody.
beautiful melody. So let us know what you guys thought about it, and perhaps when was the last time you heard Jasmine Flower in these types of arrangements? Aside from that, goodbye.
Adios.